Hi guys, welcome back to Rav's Retreat, the wood turning section of my YouTube channel. These few videos we're taking a look at some of the rough turned items I've got drying in the shack at the moment. Well, I'm saying drying, some of them are dry, some of them are still drying. I thought I like to take a look. If you're anything like me, I love looking at what other people have got on the go. You know, what woods they're using, what ideas they've got. So I thought I'd make a few videos and let you guys have a look what I've got on the go. So let's get started. The first off is this thing I'm going to show you. It's a Spalter Beach ice cream cone. I had a plan for this when I turned it. I did have a plan for it that never came to fruition. And do you know what? I think I am going to do it. I'm going to make a basic, let me get this out of the way. Basically, I'm going to make a flat base. And then I'm going to have either some sort of, in fact I might have three like supports going up, you know, equally at 120 degrees, you know, each one's at 120 degrees arc, and then supported from that, you know, sort of like that. That's kind of what I had the idea of in the first place, but I never got round to it. And I might do it actually. Yeah, might take me 2 or 3 years before I get round to it, but I may do it, or I may put some tiny little what they call them, eyelets in there. Again at 120 degree arcs, you know, equally spaced, and get some there's a hardware shop near me in my local town, and he sells this very light, delicate chain that's gold. Well, it's not gold plated, but it's gold. It's gold colour. So I may do that and have it suspended from some sort of support that rises up from a base. So I may do that actually, but that's kind of the idea I did have for it. So, excuse me, it's a lovely piece of Spalter Beach. Excuse me. I've just sucked in a piece of dust, I think. It's a lovely piece of Spalter Beach. So I think I will do something with it. Right, we'll put that there for the time being. This is going to be an urn. By an urn, I don't mean I'm going to have somebody's ashes in it, but it's going to be it's going to be that urn shape with a nice lid on it of a contrasting wood. It did start cracking there, which I've managed to stop. It is dry, so it's ready for finished turning. It needs hollowing right down to there. You can see where I took it down to. Stop going out of focus. It is ash, but I like that shape. I like that shape with a nice contrasting lid on. Will look okay, I think. Right, we'll move on. Get rid of this one as well. Fits on there nicely. It's as though it was meant to carry that, look. Next up, we've got this great big slab of beech. This piece came from a tree local to me. In fact, the tree was approximately 10 feet from where I'm stood now. It was a local garden. They wanted it taken down. The tree surgeons came. I asked the tree surgeons if I could have some. I bunged them £20 and they were quite happy, and I got about 2/3 of the tree. And basically that's about 10 years ago, and basically that tree was more or less responsible for me teaching myself to wood turn. You know, it was a very cheap way of me having wood to practice on. But I think I'll make some sort of platter out of this. It ain't really deep enough to make any sort of bowl. I might make it not a platter, a very, very shallow, like a cross between a platter and a bowl, if there is such a word, which I can't think of. That's what I'll do with it. It's quite a thick base at the moment. I did leave it well chunky because I knew it would move quite a lot. As you know, beech is not one of the most stable woods whilst it's drying, so I did leave it quite thick. But as beech goes, you know, if you go to a shop, if you went to a shop and bought a blank of beech that size, it would be the most boring wood in the world almost. But this isn't. You know, it's got stuff going off in it. It's alright. Well, I'm sure we can make it into something interesting. Right, next up we've got this thing. This is from the same tree. Again, this bowl's probably about 8 years old. It has got plenty going off in it. It's a nice piece. As beech goes, it's a, you know, it's a very, very nice piece of beech. It has got a few cracks in, splits, but I'm going to fill those in with copper powder, I think, or bronze powder, and super glue, and they should fill in nicely. Give it. In fact, I made my mind up. It's going to be copper powder. Contrast the colour of the beech. Should look nice. Again, it's quite a thick base. It has got a few tiny little splits in the base as well, which I will fill in with sanding dust and super glue, so you'll not see them. Should make a decent little bowl. It'll be a little bit deeper than what it is at the moment, so we might even be able to turn those splits out actually. But, be alright. I'll make something decent out of it. Right, the last piece is this. This is at least 9 years old, or at least 8 years old, I would say. It's one of the first largish bowls. I mean, the bowls I've been making before this were maximum 6 inch. So when I turned this, to me, it was actually quite a large bowl. As I said, I've been used to turning 6 inch bowls, so when I turned it, it was like turning a 20 inch bowl to me. I did put some inlace in it, as you can see, with some of the little chunks in it, but the base is it's quite thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it down a bit further and try and take that curve there, make it a bit less. Can you see right at the bottom? It's quite an aggressive, like, you know, it's like going down nice and then so I'm going to try and smooth that out a bit. But again, as beech goes, it's a lovely piece of beech. It's got plenty of interest going off there. Be careful with inlace as well. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that? that's where some inlace has got onto the wood and it's been absorbed into the fibre of the wood and it's stained it. So if you are using an inlace, be careful of that. Sometimes, like silver birch, never use inlace that's red colour, blue colour or black colour on inlace. It bleeds into the surrounding wood and it looks terrible. But as I said, it's not a bad piece of beech. Make a nice bowl out of it. I mean, at the time when I turned it, I was well pleased with it, you know. I'd only been turning a short while, so I was really pleased with it. But now I look back and I think, well, you've done this wrong, you've done that wrong, you could have done this with it, you could have done that with it. So rather than throw it away, I bring it back into the shed and return it and get some more enjoyment out of it. Right guys, we'll wind the video up there. I hope you've enjoyed looking at those few bits of rough turned items. I hope you'll join me on my future videos. I always enjoy making videos. Gives me something to do. I love wood turning, but I also love making these videos. So I hope you'll join me on my future ones. So I'll bid you a fond farewell. I hope you'll take care in your workshops. Watch those fingers, watch those eyes, and of course watch those lungs, because they're very precious things. Take care guys, catch you later, bye bye.